Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
After 23 years of its unbroken hold of power in Delta State, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) may be heading for an inglorious exit from the government house in Asaba. This is as a result of the seeming inability of its leaders to resolve the disputes over who is the authentic governorship candidate of the party, as well as the obvious and bitter divisions within the party that are now threatening to reduce the once very powerful PDP in Delta State into a crisis-ridden party. Since 1999, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has held sway in Delta State. Former governors of the state, Chief James Onanefe Ibori and Dr. Emmanuel Eweta Udwara, as well as current governor Ifeanyi Okowa, are all products of the PDP. They had always worked together in harmony and unity, making it difficult for any opposition party to have its way into the seat of power in Asaba, the state capital. However, recent internal wranglings within the party is now threatening to destroy the once formidable alliance in the state. Crisis erupted in the party last year when the major political players in the party failed to agree on who should become the next governor of the state. While Chief Ibori wanted former two-time commissioner and chief of staff to Governor Okowa, David Edevbie'S, Governor Okowa wanted current Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori. Up until the time of the PDP primaries, both political heavyweights and their supporters could not agree on a consensus candidate and a way forward. It was no surprise, therefore, that after the May 25th PDP primaries in the state, which was won by Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, first runner-up David Edevbie'S approached a federal high court in Abuja, seeking the disqualification of Sheriff Oborewori on the grounds of having presented forged and dubious certificates. In his ruling on the matter, Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court Abuja found merit in Edevbie'S prayers and promptly disqualified Oborewori for presenting forged documents. Expectedly, Oborewori has appealed the judgment. Upon the deadline for the submission of candidates named to Inec on the 15th of July 2022, the Commission, in its wisdom, decided to omit the name of the governorship candidate of PDP in Delta State, since the matter was still in dispute and a subject of litigation. This further threw the PDP in Delta State and its members into confusion. Deltans who are surprised at the turn of events wonder why Governor Okowa and Chief Ibori cannot mend fences and present a common front. Comrade Hosanna Jalogo Williams and Barrister David Jarikre, both Deltans, wonder why the two leaders and indeed PDP members in the state cannot identify a way forward on the matter. For them, the only way to salvage the situation for PDP is to go with the candidacy of David Edevbie'S than that of Sheriff Oborewori, which they say is fraught with many problems arising from inconsistencies in his documents.
The candidate that Ibori is bringing to the fore, Edevbie'S, was in government a very sound person in academic terms and otherwise. But look at the one that Okowa is bringing. We are now beginning to have problems about his certificates. You will say that Okowa's erred.
People have said over time that this man is not qualified. Why still take the pains to ensure that he's the person who emerges as the candidate of the party? In doing that now, all of the problems that are now on ground are caused by those who were the persons that brought him in.
As the battle between David Edevbie'S and Sheriff Oborewori rages on, Governor Okowa continues to carry on as if all is well with the party in the state. However, pioneer chairman of PDP in Delta State and senator representing Delta South Senatorial District, Senator James Manager, who recently posted on his verified Facebook handle, confirmed the crisis bedeviling the party. According to Senator Manager, and I quote, "As the pioneer chairman of the party and by extension the father of PDP in Delta State, I am greatly disturbed by the recent happenings at the party today. I will not feign ignorance as the party is drowning and dying gradually. If nobody is seeing it, I'm seeing it and I'm also feeling it greatly." Unquote. In his response last Saturday at a PDP mega rally organized in Ozoro, Delta State, Governor Okowa affirmed that the PDP was still very much alive and determined to continue winning.
I heard some people saying that the PDP is dying in Delta State. I said, how come now? How come now? Why are they deceiving themselves? We don't like to shout, but on the day of the election, we know what to do.
The PDP mega rally in Ozoro, headquarters of Isoko North local government area, was shunned by some political heavyweights in the state, including former governors James Ibori and Emmanuel Udwanga, Senator James Manager, and the current deputy governor of Delta State, Kingsley Otuaro. In his remarks at the rally, chairman of the PDP in Delta State, Mr. Kingsley Esiso, left no one in doubt about the fact that the PDP in Delta State had taken sides on the matter of who is the authentic candidate of the party.
Having conducted a free, fair and credible election, it is our responsibility to stand and defend the outcome of that primaries. We have been told by the court, and Inec has reinforced it, that debtors should wait patiently for the outcome of the process of the court. But I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that God is not asleep. So I'm very convinced that at the end of the day, we will have cause to smile.
While it is not clear which court has asked Mr. Esiso and Deltans to wait for its processes, what is however clear is that Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja, in his declarative ruling, ordered both INEC and PDP to immediately replace Uborewori's name with that of David Edevbie as candidate of the PDP in Delta State. In its reaction, the national body of the PDP, in a press release signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Honorable Debo Ologunagba, confirmed that the party had received the court order, but said that INEC had not given the party access to its portal to effect the substitution. For its part, INEC, which has also confirmed receiving the court order, may be foot-dragging over the name substitution because it is waiting on the outcome of the court's position on the motion for stay of execution filed by Uborewori. Clearly, litigation on this matter will eventually get to the Supreme Court. Some members of the PDP who spoke with Inside the Niger Delta noted that if for any reason the party fails to have a candidate in next year's gubernatorial election, the blame should be put squarely on the shoulders of Governor AKUGHA, who has refused to share power in the state and continues to insist on taking all decisions alone. Other members, however, say the problem is the result of the meddlesomeness of former governors and leaders of the party who have refused to acknowledge that their time in power is long gone. As the nation inches towards the 2023 elections, it is instructive that the PDP in Delta State recognizes that a house divided against itself cannot stand and that its internal crisis threatens its continued grip and control of power in the state.
Inside the Niger Delta,